sweeties, it's your girl Candy, and you're watching Sweet Addictions TV. Yes, honey. And child, I was about to say, y'all all know my sister Whitney. Anyways, how have y'all been? You been good? You been good, child? Well, listen, we're gonna jump right into this Love and Hip Hop review. I was this close to just saying fucking and going to sleep, child, but we gonna work it out. Okay. So it opens with Carly. She goes and she meets with Tommy because, you know, she's all butthurt that Tommy then went back and ran her mouth. Even though it's kind of ironic, right? Since that's all Carly Red's, that's her job on Love and Hip Hop, is just let me hear what you got to say, let me laugh at it, and then let me run back and tell the other person, now you mad. Okay. So she talks to Tommy and she was like, yeah, I heard you went back and told Jocelyn all this stuff that I was saying about her, and now she's talking about blackmailing me, and I never said that. And Tommy was like, no, you said some stuff. But she was like, no, all I said was that we weren't clicking right now, whatever. Most of that stuff was being said by Don. Now, so she was like, but since you say no, Tommy was like, well, girl, sometimes you don't need to run your mouth, because sometimes don't nobody want to hear that, and sometimes you will offend somebody you should not be offending, right? So Carly was like, oh, okay. Well, I got some stuff I need to tell you, but since I run my mouth too much, I'll keep it to myself. Then, of course, that's when Tommy's little brain started clicking and clacking, and she was like, girl, you serious, girl? You know, she wanted to be like, girl, you know I'm just playing. But Carly got up and made her exit, honey. So, then it goes to Jocelyn and Donna. They're looking at a house because supposedly her and Stevie has been living out of a hotel. Excuse me, child. I told you I was ready to go to bed, honey. Supposedly her and Stevie have been living out of a hotel. But here's the thing. That's why it's so funny. That's why they just don't give a fuck about these reality shows. After a while, they don't even care if you notice. Like, remember, Stevie and Jocelyn owned a big old castle. Remember, where the fuck is that at? Where the fuck? So you sold your house to go to LA for like 2 months? Fuck out of it. It's just like with Love and Hip Hop New York, when Mandisi and what's the child's name? Mandisi and Yandy living in this last apartment, but on the last season he proposed to her this big gigantic ass house. Child, bless them. They don't even give a fuck no more. They like, bitch, y'all gonna watch anyway. And it's true. But anyway, so Donna and Jocelyn, they was walking around the house with the realtor, and then they sat down, talked about Tommy getting all in Donna's face or whatever, and she was like, I don't even know her. I don't know what's going on. She was like, well, Jocelyn was like, I know she hangs with KK. So then that backstory came in, which is her and KK was locked up for a few months. KK got out. They linked up when Donna got out. They hung a couple times, and then that was that. So I guess she feels like KK feels some type of way about her and maybe running her mouth. Who knows, child. But anyway, so Stevie comes in. Child. So Stevie comes in. He jumps. He's shocked and amazed that Donna is still there, which I am too. Listen. With certain people, I will give like my family. I will give my family second chances, you know, because I done cut off a few motherfuckers. But if your family, eventually I'm gonna let you back in if you ain't done nothing too fucked up, right? But if you just a regular bitch and you cross me like Donna crossed her, bitch, ain't no coming back. I might not have no hatred for you after a minute. You know, you're gonna have to give me a minute. I gotta be one with God. God's still working on me. You know what I'm saying? So I might not hate you after, you know, give me a few. Once we get from here all the way over here, then I might not, you know, wish no ill will on you, honey. But I'm not going to invite you back in. Like, if you just a regular old Joe Schmo Schmegler Beggar Degular girl from the Bronx, honey, where the fuck you from, you do me like Donna did them, ain't no coming back. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck. And Jocelyn is raised there. She's from the streets. I don't know what she thinking, but I guess that's this whole new Jocelyn thing, I guess, honey, she got going. Forgiveness and whatnot. But, so, Stevie is just like, dude, what the fuck? Why is she here? All that shit she did, telling everybody we was crackheads, or cokeheads, or, you know, junkies, and that we weren't married, and why is she here? Jocelyn was just like, well, that has nothing to do with it. She's real calm. I wonder if Jocelyn's going to stay like this the whole season. Because, you know, that's not what we watch Jocelyn for. And don't get me wrong, I'm not mad that she's evolving, bitch. Okay, but I just wonder how long this shit gonna last. That's all I'm saying. Where's the episode where she gonna break out and smack a bitch? That's all I'm saying. I'm just, hey, you present yourself how you want people to see you, honey. And how I see you is smack a bitch princess. Okay? I'm just saying. But anyway, so then she goes on to say, he was like, oh, you trying to do some back deal stuff, some more underhanded stuff? I'm your manager. Remember that everything goes through me. This motherfucker then says, you know what, Stevie? I need a stick contract. I need a stick contract. Just give me a copy of the contract. Right? And all I could think was, bitch, it's been damn near 5 motherfucking years. You still ain't seen this. I'm starting to think this contract doesn't even exist. I'm starting to think he just got this bitch thinking that he has her for the rest of her life. Because why wouldn't you be like, bam, you mine. Now sit that ass down. Come sit on daddy's lap. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to think he's just holding it over her head, this imaginary contract to keep her, you know, where she's at. Because it's very much a controlling situation. Like, he's using that to try to control her to an extent. And I'm almost thinking, I'm like, nigga, did that contract end like 2 years ago, bitch? 3 years ago? Because 5 years later, and y'all done lived together, and y'all done been around each other, and you ain't seen that damn contract yet, girl? I need you to work it the fuck out, honey. 50 fucking years later, you still hollering about let me see the contract. Bitch, it's over. You never gonna see it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Never get it. No, I'm just saying, you're not. Not gonna happen. I'm trying to keep myself up, y'all. A bitch is sleepy. Okay, so then he goes to Scrap. He goes to, to Carly Red's store. Now, this is what she didn't tell Tammy, that she had a business meeting with Scrap. So Scrap shows up after hours. She's in this little bit ass dress, honey. And he comes in. She raises up the gate. When she goes to raise it down, you know, she bends down like this, bitch. She bend down like this. She don't, you don't squat down and get it. She bend down like this, bitch. So he can see all her booty and stuff. So he's like, you know, I think first he thought it was a setup. Like, is Tommy and baby mama about to jump out? What the hell going on? So they're talking. She's like, yeah, no, I think we can make some money together because I know you're doing music and I have a recording, what'd she say, a record company called Red Entertainment, which somebody said they Googled it and the shit didn't pop up, honey, but we ain't gonna tell nobody else. I'm just saying. So he's like, oh yeah, well yeah, we got some music and we got a single out called I'm a Dog. And he starts laughing because he's laughing because he, you know, it's so appropriate. And she was like, oh, okay, are you a dog? Are you a dog? And he was like, no. Child, I'm so over loving hip hop. Can you tell? But, so then she was like, well, that's not what I heard. And he pretty much said, hey, in order to cheat, you got to be in a committed relationship. And I am not. But I hear you got a little R&B dude. She's like, well, I am talking to Lyde Jennings. But ever since I got back from California, he hasn't picked up the phone. That's some fuck shit right there. Like, you just gonna not pick up the phone. I'm not gonna hear from you at all. Damn. So he was like, oh, okay. So she was like, and I also have a radio show on Playboy where we talk about, you know, how you like it and all this stuff. And she was like, well, how do you like it? With her old ass. How do you like it? Fast, slow, standing up in the car, whipped cream on the roof, doing it by the rims, hitting it in the studio, on the moon, the spaceship, in the porta potty. But she named everybody. He named everywhere. Like, nigga, okay, goddamn. So she was like, oh, okay. And then, of course, he was like, I'm not shy. And he kissed all on her, honey. Then picked her ass up. I know her shit was wet instantly. He picked her up. That picking up shit just do something to a bitch. You and got the kissing on her, honey. I'm gonna tell you like this. Carly Red, bitch. Now, you know you old. You look good. I ain't gonna lie. Carly Red look good for her age. She does. She really does. She's a nice looking woman. She is. But bitch, you old. You are old on the inside. Your bones are brittle, bitch. Tommy and them gonna beat your ass. I'm just saying. You know you can't fight, girl. You know you cannot fight. You might be able to shake a table or two, bitch. But you can't fight now. And them damn Tommy. And what's baby mama's name? I can't remember baby mama's name. But baby mama and Tommy gonna beat your little old brittle ass. Your little bones just gonna break. It's gonna be like the sound of peanut brittle and the smell of it and shit when they beat you up. It's just not a good look, Carly. You better stay in your place, bitch. Cause I'm just saying, They gonna put you up. Then what happened? Oh, Stevie meets with Mimi, right? And he's basically sitting there telling Mimi the problems that him and Jocelyn are having. They brought up Donna and all this other shit. And of course, I'm glad Mimi said it, but she was like, nigga, you really complaining to me about the bitch you left me for? That is some good karma, though. You got to have a front seat. You know, sometimes, hey, they say the Lord, he'll let you have a front seat to the demise of your enemies, honey. I'm just saying. So, then he fixes his mouth to say, can he crash at her place until that shit gets worked out, right? So, first she was like, well, I'm not trying to, you know, I'm trying to keep the peace with, you know, my new friend, and I don't want nothing to go on, you know, no craziness. And then he was like, no, y'all good, y'all good. Then she was like, I gotta run it by Chris, right, to see what's going on. But she basically told him, yeah, you can stay, but I still have to let Chris know. So, then it goes to who? Oh, Jocelyn and Tommy, they meet up to talk about what happened at the party. And Jocelyn's like, girl, you can't be going around just fighting everybody. You was fighting at Mimi's party, now you fighting at mine. And she was like, I can do what the fuck I want to do, right? And I guess Jocelyn kind of, she was like, she was real calm. I was like, okay, Jocelyn, I'm waiting though. I'm waiting because I know it's just like it's just, you're choking it all down, pushing it down. I know it's ready to explode. I just want to see when and on who. I'm just saying. But, so, the girl was like, she was like, you can do. She said, listen, I was that bitch too. I was fighting and running around, but you got to just bring it down. You got to figure out what's going on. Be grown with yourself. And Tommy starts tearing up. She was like, girl, I just been drinking alcohol. I'm trying to beat my problems with alcohol. I got this Tommy shit. But y'all don't give a fuck how heartbroken I am. Okay? I don't give a fuck how heartbroken I am. But you're not going straight alcohol bum, alcoholic for no nigga. Nah, fuck you, nigga. You got life fucked up. You think I'm about to just go straight, get some tequila and some Patron and some goddamn Anderson, honey. Because we ain't working. That's just not an option. It's just not an option. I'm sorry. But let me give you this PS real quick, honey. Because word on the motherfucking street, bitch, is, I mean, even though we all know this shit's fake. But word on the street is, Tommy wasn't even messing with Scrap. Tommy was messing with the brother. There's even pictures out with her, with the brother and her all up in the club, and he grabbing her, you know, he holding her ass like a couple. Okay. But the brother didn't have like a, you know, somebody that she could fight with. So they agreed for her to be with Scrap because the baby mama agreed to have this whole interaction thing going. Now that's just the word on the street. There are a few pictures that show her and the brother all hooked up with his hands all gripping on the ass, honey, and stuff. So I don't know how true it is, but it is out there. I don't know. I can't tell you if it's true or not because I told you I didn't even hear them motherfuckers until this show. So I can't tell you if it's true or not. That's just a little tea that's out and about. Okay? Now, then it goes to Carly. She goes to meet with Dime and tells her all about Scrap and them kissing and that they've been texting and shit. And Dime says what we all is thinking, like, you stupid bitch. You seen firsthand. He got a baby mama, a girlfriend on the side. They all fighting. He got them going crazy. And you gonna believe that he ain't with nobody? She was like, yeah, girl, I believe him. I believe him. Just stupid. But you know what? A lot of y'all motherfuckers is like, yeah, y'all know a nigga, a dirty dog ass nigga, and y'all still want to fuck. It turn you on. Some of y'all turn you on. Like, oh, what? He got a baby mama? He got 3 baby mamas? He don't take care of none of them motherfucking kids, bitch? That nigga fine. Some of you bitches backwards in the motherfucker. But so anyway, then Dom was like, I guess girl. But then Dom tells her that little Scrappy has been hitting her up like crazy and they've been FaceTiming and all types of shit like that, Chad. So then, oh, okay, so Chris goes to Mimi's house and they're talking and, you know, Mimi is sitting her, she's sitting there and she's telling Chris the whole spiel between KK and Jocelyn and, I mean, the whole thing, like, I'm like, girl, she don't give a fuck about this shit. I'm surprised Chris didn't say, bitch, I don't care. Like, what the fuck are you telling me about this shit for? And so she's telling her all this basically to get around to the fact that, hey, Stevie asked if he could stay here, and I do have a 5-bedroom house, so I figured why not or whatever, because they're going through some shit. Now, of course, your new man, because that's what she want to be called, even though they call each other girlfriends. I'm so confused on that still. But she's like, why would she want to hear you say, listen, I'll save that for a PS. So anyway, so Chris was like, listen, sometimes what you bring to the table breaks the table. So I'm gonna just step back and, you know, you figure that out because that's your baby daddy. I can't do, you know, that's your family. He's gonna always be there. I can't do nothing about it. So I'm gonna just step back. So Mimi cried one single tear. It was so angelic. One little tearlet dropped down her face. One. Just one. Ever so slowly into the crevice of her nose and down her lip. One tear, one eyeball. I was like, yes, bitch, how you do that? They must have, I don't know, they must have yelled action when they only hit one little tear drop in their chip. But that one little tear came down, and so Chris was like, you just got to figure out what you want to do. You know what you want to do. And I think what Chris was waiting to hear was, no, I want you. I don't want this to come between us. I'll just tell him, let him know he can't stay. But instead, she said, I just have to figure it out. Which, like, boom, bam, pow. So Chris was like, you know what? All right, I'm going to head on out there, buddy. You know, you get yourself together and, you know, thank you for coming out. God bless and good night. Okay? And she got up and left. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell y'all like this. Yeah, Stevie's going to be in her life for the rest of her life because of this child. But that's not your life anymore. You get what I'm saying? Stevie, his priorities, if it doesn't have to do with the baby, that ain't none of your motherfucking concern. You know, of course you're going to be there if he need, you know, especially if you're on good terms. You can still holler at a nigga, what's up, everything good, you know, how's everything going? But you don't have to take on his problems. You get what I'm saying? So, that's because Mimi still got feelings for his ass, which I just don't understand why, honey. But she does, because there's no way that you would fuck up your new relationship. Especially, well, not new, they've been together for what they said, like a year, 2 years, and it's going good, everything going good, and because he wants to spend the night, because him and the bitch that he left you for is arguing, and you let him do that knowing this will jeopardize your new shit, you need counseling. You need counseling. And you need to call somebody. Just don't call the lady that's been helping the Braxtons all these seasons, because, what's her name? Dr. Sherry? Honey, because she ain't working for them, you know. You need to find somebody, though, because you gonna let this man come crash on your couch after he's done, then go back to his wife, and who you got? Nobody. But broken memories and promises. You know, so she done fucked that up. And Polo Chris was on Instagram a few weeks ago talking about some, if you a real motherfucker, don't ever go on a reality show that ain't for real motherfuckers. You know, she was just going through it for less hard-headed. But I guess so. Anyway, what else happened? What else happened? Oh, K.Michelle was shooting a video and she had Carly come out. And Carly told her what was going on with, you know, Jocelyn, and she was like, "Girl, I'll fix it. I'll work it out." But listen, I'm having a listening party for my CD. Here's the invitation. Get the rest of them bitches invitations. I want everybody to come. Okay. A listening party, yeah. So then it goes to Mimi and Arian. It's their birthdays coming up, so they're going out to celebrate with all the girls. Okay. They go out. Carly shows up and she tells them K.Michelle is back in town. And that she's invited everybody. She pulls out all the invites, passes them around to everybody except for Dime. Dime was like, well, where's mine? You know, she was like, girl, that's all I got. So Mimi was like, well, here, you can have mine. Dime's in her feelings, so she stands up, rips it up, and, you know, throws it up into confetti. And bless the children. So then Dime and Rashida walk over to Bambi, the Bam, and her new little man, honey. And Dime, they was like, oh, who's this? She was like, oh, we're dating or whatever. And so Dime just took it upon herself to say, oh, that's why Scrap been hitting me up, because he been hitting me up and FaceTiming me like crazy. And Bambi was like, okay, I mean, that's none of my business. That's none of my concern. Well, then here comes Dime. Well, I told you, so I made it your business. Like, you know, just starting shit, because there was no reason. Why would you go over there and tell that girl that she with her new man? She don't give a fuck about that. That could have just been your little information. Oh, that's why that nigga hit me up. But you was just trying to start some shit, you know. Then she was like, okay, that's none of my concern. I mean, okay. Well, it is, because I made it your concern. And I'll take your new nigga and your old nigga, because I'm that bitch, you ugly trifling. Well, no, what she called ugly giraffe-ass bitch. And she called her a bag of cotton candy and silicone. Girl, it was just too much, honey. Too much unnecessary drama, because bitch, Dime, like, girl, that didn't even make no sense. For what? I mean, for what? No, really. I guess, honey. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. With Jocelyn acting all civilized and shit, you know, I'm kind of like over it. It's just not. Y'all let me know. Are y'all feeling it with the new civilized Jocelyn? Honey, I mean, what's going on? Because this shit's kind of boring. I guess, Shab. Y'all let me know. What? Let me know. Do y'all think Carly Rae gonna get her old ass bones broke up and shit? I think one of them, baby mama or Tommy, gonna whoop her ass. Y'all let me know though. Y'all let me know. The next episode, they got some shit going on with KK and baby mom. Whatever. I don't even give a fuck. I'm so over reality shows. Either that, or I'm just really tired, ready to hit this motherfucking bed, honey. But anyway. As always, thanks for watching, and tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a motherfucking friend, baby, to subscribe and follow your girl on Twitter. Yes, honey. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and Periscope, all that good stuff. Everything is Sweet Addictions TV except for Snapchat, that's Candy SATV. And oh, you can still, people are asking, you can still send in your $25 to sweet, the letter N, greet, C, the letter, letter C, at gmail.com for PayPal. On your PayPal, if you want to get your blackout ticket, and we'll send your blackout ticket right out. Because, the blackout is right around the corner. July 15th, we're going to Six Flags. July 16th is the blackout, the big old party. We cannot wait, honey. With all our little special guests and stuff. So yeah, but if you need a little more information on it, hit me up on Facebook, myself or Kevin, and we'll let you know everything you need to know. Alright, babies, I'm out. Peace.